Pelo. Pinte pelo.
Hi, Just how are you? Are you? I feel good today. I feel good. Looks good. Alright, where is. Yeah, I feel good today. I'm well rested. I didn't hear. I usually keep an alarm on, and I didn't even hear that. I slept right through it. I didn't get up to like 10:20. I think it was, or 10:30. Girl, yeah, they're annoying. The lurkers, I don't get it, and I try not to even, because it's so weird to me that people just watch. That's exactly why I stopped talking about stuff on here. Like I just talked to you and IJ privately about certain things because people be watching and you don't know who the fuck is watching. That's why I don't say nothing on here. Like I don't say anything because of that. What the heck am I looking for? What is this? Your subscription. I was updating some stuff on my Etsy store. I wanted to, let me see. Oh, you know what? No, I could just go directly into orders. I already had coffee. You do? You know what? I had a craving for coffee today, but I didn't drink any. Hey, IG, how are you? Oh my God, Jess, I didn't even get a chance. You know what? I opened my eyes a little bit when I saw your message, and I think I was like, I didn't fully get out of bed. I want to say to like 11:30, 11:15 around there. I've been updating some stuff on Etsy. You know what? It's easier if I just go through messages. So, yo, that's funny. Yeah, I'm chilling today. I'm chilling right now. I know I forget who I was talking to yesterday. It was like, yeah, I had they told me they had a um um they had caffeine. They were still tired. I'm like, I've never like had an experience with coffee or caffeine that's kept me up. If anything, honestly, it makes me more tired. I'm sending these little discounts to my Etsy shop. Hi, to anyone coming in, welcome in. Paid readings are open. There are no free readings. And I don't know if I don't think I'm coming back on tonight. Um, I'm almost certain I'm not. Because I'm watching the fights tonight. So if I do come on, it'll probably be, I'm going to say right now, I'm not coming back on tonight. Yeah, me too, Jess. I don't caffeine. I wouldn't say it keeps me up. I can't say that caffeine keeps me up. Maybe it does something to the body that does, but I don't know. To me, it doesn't keep me like, oh my god, I'm so alert because I just had some caffeine. If anything, sometimes I feel like it makes me tired. Yeah, and the fight is on Netflix, so it's free. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, unless you don't have Netflix, but I think it's free. I don't know if we have to pay anything extra. this one. Okay, I did all of these. All right, IJ, you can post your questions. So a few breakthroughs I needed this week. How will this affect me going forward? All right, let's see. Just, I literally was just saying, I'm like, yo, it feels like a Sunday. It does not feel like a Saturday. Yo, why I was trying to find a teddy bear with an orange, with an orange shirt. So then I was like, you know what? I don't find it. I don't find this. So I was like, I'm gonna just, that's gonna be one of my manifestations, to see a bear with an orange shirt. Oh wait, you know what's even funnier? That as soon as I woke up, I saw, someone had posted. I was dying. The Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles with the King of Cups. I feel like being more grounded is what I'm getting. How it's going to affect you is in your emotions. Your emotions feeling more grounded. You're feeling more at ease. You're kind of like, for me, the Eight of Pentacles is like hard work, putting hard work in. You're in the reverse. I'm getting, you're still going to be putting the work in, but it's not going to feel hard. Like, if I feel like you're entering a state of like more, being more neutral. So kind of like nonchalant, but not nonchalant, just kind of just everything feels kind of natural. And this could be with affirming, with visualizing, this could be with just your day-to-day life, even with like work. Like, I feel like even if things pop up that, maybe are not working in your favor, you're gonna be more neutral to it than emotionally crashing out, is what I'm gonna say. I feel like you're continuing to build your confidence with the Three of Pentacles and the King of Cups being here. So it does feel like we're still building on ourselves, is what I'm getting internally, because the King of Cups has emotions, but he tends to keep them inside. Show me more. How would this affect that, Judy? The Death card. Yeah, this is like you're entering a phase of transformation. So it's definitely, I'm asking Spirit like about anything outside of you, but I'm not getting anything right now. I'm getting more so like just you feeling good, you feeling natural, you feeling like, again, things are working out in your favor, even if they're going the opposite direction. The death card to me is like ending old habits, ending of a cycle, you know, death, after death comes rebirth. So it's almost like your own personal rebirth is happening here. Transformation is happening here, ending cycles. Confidence is definitely here is what I'm getting to, like your inner confidence. So this is, again, it's all internal. You're just going to be feeling better, more balanced, more confident. You're going to be able to, I feel like, even when it comes to like processing decisions, you're going to be able to do them from a spiritual standpoint, so going within, before like making decisions from ego, right? And ego is not a bad thing, but ego doesn't think. Ego just makes drastic decisions. So they're saying you're going to be in a place of like thinking things through, making sure that any papers you sign, you're making sure that you're reading every single word that's in there, you're understanding things fully. That's too much, Spirit. Clarify the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. I feel like there could be some small challenges coming up. They're just saying be wary of people who are sneaky. Like, be wary of people. I feel like the Eight of Cups always talks to me about moving on from the past. So this could be like past people trying to come in, and they're saying be wary of them. Like, don't, this could be family, friends. I'm not getting like new people. I'm literally getting like people you've already known, that you kind of know that they're kind of like don't mean well, but maybe like, you know, we always be like, oh, well, you know, it's not. Yeah, look, it's like past people that you're needing to move on from, like friendships, or like I said, even family members, people that like to abuse and use people. I feel like if even if nothing comes to mind right now, you're gonna see that come up. Like, you're gonna be seeing people's true colors is what I'm getting. Um Anything else? The Fool. Yeah, remember how I said you're gonna be like more like like in that kind of like a nonchalant energy. I feel like that's where you're gonna start being at more balance. You're getting more clarity. So I do feel like I was saying you're gaining clarity on some people that you currently know, that you're could be close to, doesn't have to be, but people that you've known, that you're gonna start seeing like true colors. um yeah, just be mindful of like what you share with who, because that Seven of Swords, it does feel like there could be a child, like people that are sneaky are around. So yeah, that's what I have for that, IJ. But you're gonna be able to notice them right away. Yeah, that makes sense. I hope that gives you clarity, IJ. Just let me know. And you can post your second question. I have to... Alright, cool. I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner today. I kind of want like hibachi food. But I just been being mindful of ordering out so much. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I don't really eat pot roast. I've had pot roast maybe like 3 times in my life. Beef tongue taco. You know those are like real tacos. What we eat here, that's not real Mexican food. Like ground beef and like chicken, that those are not that, like in Mexico they don't make tacos with that kind of meat. One of my aunt's Mexican friends, well, her best friend, she's Mexican, and yeah, she said like this is more like Tex-Mex food, um, Americanized. You know, it's Americanized. Just said, oh wait, Def gonna get some tacos and tamales. You're holding off. Why? Are you holding off because you ordered too much this week, or because you're trying to give yourself time to breathe? All right. What does the missus want me to do to help me to grow at this moment? Wait, let me see. What does the missus want me to do to help me grow at this moment? All right, let's see. What does Nat want me to do to help me grow at this moment? She wants Yeah, that shit adds up, right? Just like you be like, damn, I spent that much. All right, the Two of Pentacles reverse. That's too many cards. And hi, Sarah. I got you. Sorry. Can you put her on the list, Jess? So it's IJ and Sarah. The Three of Cups. The Four of Pentacles. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like there's anything she wants you to do. For me, what I'm getting here is you know what I get, like when somebody is like a little tense and they need to just relax and let loose. Like that's where I feel like Spirit is saying, like, just relax. I feel like maybe like I would say, like, if there's anything she would say from what I'm getting through Spirit is like just relax. I'm not getting anything specific on like helping you grow, because I feel like for me, how she's seeing it is like you're showing up for her as someone that's very balanced, that it's not selfish, that's very outgoing, that's loving, that's kind. So I feel like it's almost like if you feel like there's anything that you need to work on, do that. But for her, she's looking at you as like you're already a total package. Um, and I feel like maybe it's too because she hasn't gotten to know you like on a deeper level. So it almost feels like, yeah, like there's just a need to relax, let go. Don't be so tense. Have a little more fun. Feel more free. I feel like, she's saying she likes what she sees. She's okay with how things are. And as things develop, then, you guys will grow naturally, is what I'm getting. So I do feel like she's kind of more so like, don't be so tense. Don't be so tense. I feel like you know what this remind, I feel like one reading that I gave you, IJ, where I said, because it reminded me of me in a sense where it's like, I don't like when people put me like, I don't mind if you put me on a pedestal, but don't look at me as like if I'm perfect, because I feel like that puts too much pressure on me. So like even with like when I talk to like my best friends, like daughters and stuff like that, like to them I'm like perfection. Like they're like, the way you dress, like they literally, my best friends will say like you're their blueprint. But I'm like, I don't want them to look at me as perfect because I do make mistakes. So I feel like that could be something too with her, where she doesn't, maybe like she wants you to look at her as more, um, how the hell do I put that? Not more human, but I feel like more so she's hoping that you're not looking at her that way. I feel like the more you loosen up, the more she loosens up, because I feel like she does have this thing where people think that she is perfect, or they'll put her in that category, and she's like, and then when she makes mistakes, it's like they'll side eye her. So I feel like she wants to make sure that you're relaxed, because it makes her feel more relaxed, because it makes her feel like, yeah, like she's human. They're using like she's human. So I feel like it's more about relaxing here, more about relaxing, seeing her as normal. She's not like, of course she wants to be put on a pedestal, but she wants to be seen as equal too. um let's see, what is let's help you, girl. I feel like with the Ace of Swords, I feel like she could, I would say, where I feel like, so one is definitely relaxing. Just relax, have fun. Don't be so tense. With the Ace of Wands, I'm getting like tapping more into like your passions, and not like your passionate side, right? And not necessarily like sexual side, because I'm not getting that, but more so like what your passions are, right? um I feel like why she's saying this, when you focus on your passions, like things that you're really passionate about, that naturally helps you grow, right? So let's just say you start working on a project, and I'm just throwing something out there, right? Like let's just say you decided that, um let's say you decided, I'm going to build a race car, right? I've seen this on the TV, right? Like there are people who I've actually seen it with cars, like where they'll work on their car for a while, right? Because they're not passionate about it. But then you have the other people, well, that I've seen that when they're so passionate about it, they'll just naturally like do stuff. It feels good to them. So there's a difference between doing something because you're passionate about it and doing something because you like it. So tapping more into the things that you're more passionate about, because they're gonna help you grow. Because they're, when you, again, let's just say it's a project. When that project is complete, that's just a boost of energy, of confidence, of like, okay, on to the next one. Maybe even being more ambitious, and not necessarily like financially, but like not procrastinating, not procrastinating. And again, I feel like when you're really passionate about something, you just go for it. So I'm getting that. Okay, show me more. Look, you're getting a lot of cards of relaxing. I feel like I'm getting like self-care. If I could give you one big thing here, it's gonna be self-care. Like, how much do you take care of yourself? The Three of Swords with the Four Cups. Show me more. And the Eight of Swords. And then the other thing I would just say, like, your mental. And not mental like you're crazy, but like your mental clarity, like your mental balance, your limiting beliefs, like with what you're working on now. But I'm also getting like the main energy too is again like self-care. Like, you know what it is? I feel like she feels like you've done so much for her that now she's like, I want you to like take care of you. Like, I want you to take care of you. I want you to take care of your mental health. I want you to, obviously like push for like the things that you're passionate about. I want you to take care of you. And I feel like, because, remember, like, I mean, even with like manifestation, but even outside of manifestation, there's always been a belief that when you work on you, you naturally attract the things that you want, right? So I feel like she's saying like she wants you to take care of you, nurture you. Um, I feel like outside of that, like she thinks that you're perfect. To be honest, she thinks that you're perfect. Um, and you don't have anything to work on, or yeah, like growth. I feel like she feels like that will come from you internally, but definitely I would say like more self-care. So I don't know how you are with self-care, IJ. Like, I don't know what men do for self-care. um let's see, the Moon and the Magician. This is all about trusting the unknown and trusting your power. um because the Moon for me is all about like what's hidden that will be revealed. And I feel like you coming up, like you're gonna be seeing things that maybe you feel like, oh, I would like to work on this, or like, you know what, I need to work a little bit more on this, because the power is with you. You're the magician. So I feel like she's wanting you again, like the she's wanting you to be confident, wanting you to be relaxed, and like for sure self-care, and working on things that you're really passionate about. um like I said, I feel like when it comes to like growth, I feel like she feels like you're where you're supposed to be at. You're where you're supposed to be at, and like, yeah, just needing to relax. So not be so tense. So that's what I have for you, IJ. Let me know if you need me to clarify anything. Yeah. Do you go on nature walks, IJ? I don't know why. I feel like now we about to play with the 3D. I feel like if you are into nature walks, or like, I feel like posting while you're out like in nature, like even if it's just like a small hike, even if it's like walking around a park, like I for some reason I feel like that's gonna be intriguing to her, and it could be. And y'all know I don't ever box people in, but it could be because of her earth sign. Um, energy. Like, because she's earthy, she's a Capricorn. I don't know why I feel like her seeing you out in nature is gonna attract her even more. Oh, you do? Do you post them like on your stories? You haven't? Okay. I have just. That's why I say I'm always gonna. I feel like no matter how you affirm, right? As long as you impress your subconscious. But I do feel being grounded or just being like more relaxed, it's just, for me, it just feels more easy than when I'm like chaotic. I hope that was helpful, Jane. Thank you. But yeah, something with you being out in nature, like that's gonna like attract her even more. I feel like she wants to see you doing stuff. Like, yeah, I feel like she wants to see you doing stuff. Like, she wants to see, like, what are your likes? Because, you know, people don't do stuff that they don't like. So, like, you know, like you going out, like maybe having a drink, like you know, posting that maybe you're out in nature, like you posting about the gym. I feel like she likes when you post like motivational stuff. That's all. Like, she likes that. She likes when you post yourself, but she wants to see more. Is for some reason I'm getting that really strong. Um, oh, you haven't, IJ? Because you probably feel grounded though. Because sometimes I feel like I only do some like, well, because you know what, I do kind of meditate before I affirm when I do my sat session. So that's a form of getting grounded. You know, getting grounded is not necessarily going outside either. Like music, some people don't like quietness to get grounded. They like to listen to music, or they like to dance. There's a bunch of stuff um that you can do that's helpful to get grounded. So yeah, I would say definitely I would try to like post more stuff that's close, like that can give her an idea of like what her likes are. Like, she wants to see more. I'm definitely seeing like, again, she likes the quotes, she likes the motivational stuff, she likes all of that. um you know, when you post your pictures of you, but like she's definitely, I'm getting like wanting to see more. All right, let's see. All right, so Sarah's next. Sarah, are you here? I think you said to leave it, but I always ask. And guys, if you're in here, please like the stream. Post a book that you're reading, like anything that gives her more depth to you, to the things that you enjoy, and not who you are for others. Because motivational stuff is not, we're not posting that for us. We're posting that because we resonate with it, but we want to share it for other people. So like, I feel like she wants to see more of like you. Okay, no problem, sir. I got you. I will do, so your time is going to be 53:50. All right, let's see. What's up, Alex? Had a weird ass dream about him last night. Oh, I love going to museums. That's that's low key one of my favorite things to do that I don't do a lot, but that when I do it, I just enjoy it so much. All right, let's see. What is Radio's energy for Sarah? Oh my, all right, both real quick before I go tap all the way into Sarah. So IJ, like posting your favorite team, like what do you like sports, like your music, like I feel like she wants to know more. So like anything you think about yourself, and don't think hard, but just like anything, like, you know, I share all types of music, I share all types of stuff, like, but I feel like she gets you on the motivational part, like the soft part of you. You're very nurturing. That's where she gets that nurturing part from, and also the stuff that you tell her. But like, I do feel like now she's like, okay, I want to, like, what is his like kind of music, you know, what like is his favorite like movie, like just posting things that gives her an idea of who you are, because you guys may have a lot of things in common that you don't even know, and that may even have her like speaking open up even more. Like, let's just say you post your favorite movie and she's like, oh my god, that's my favorite movie too, or like that is one of my favorite movies, or like a song, or like, you know, I feel like that for some reason the spirit is emphasizing on you posting more, but more about you, like what are your likes, who's your favorite team, what is your favorite color, like, you know, stuff like that, things that you enjoy doing. All right, let's see. All right, so this is for Sarah. What is for Sarah Spirit? What is Radio's current energy towards her today? What is Radio's energy towards her today? What is Radio's energy towards her? What is energy towards Sarah today? The Emperor is here, okay. What is your energy towards Sarah? The Six of Wands, the Six of Swords, my bad, not Wands. The Justice card. Girl, I'm getting the same energy from yesterday. Wanting to bring in some type of clarity, some type of balance, wanting to move on from the chaos. And he's showing up as the Emperor. So being like, he's trying to, with the Emperor and the King of Swords, he's trying not to be too emotional about it, because I think it comes across a little bit, it comes across bad is what he's saying. So he is trying to be a little bit more in control of his emotions, but wanting to like have an honest and open conversation with you. I'm getting a lot of clarity here, especially with the Six of Swords. If you see, like, if you can tell that she's coming from like a dark spot, and there goes the light, right? And even with the Justice card, we're getting clarity, we're getting balance, wanting to speak his truth. And with the King of Swords is a card of like, yeah, being honest and open, being clear about his intentions. Show me more. You know what I get from him? Like, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I feel like he wants you to know, like, he was never like trying to love bomb. He was never trying to like keep you in a cycle. The Knight of Wands. What is your energy? What is the Sun? Girl, I feel like he wants to come see you. I'm getting travel here. Show me more. What is your energy? Girl, this guy, first of all, he's feeling very positive towards you. So he's not mad at you. He's not upset. He's not holding a grudge. I feel like he definitely feels like he deserved how you reacted towards him. The Hierophant here is a card of like where he could be feeling your energy really heavy too. But I'm also getting wanting to, he wants like I feel like his intentions were always to have a higher level of commitment with you. Why things haven't worked out is hard to say, but he wants something more traditional with you, something that feels good for the both of you. And I feel like, again, with the Ace of Wands, I'm getting wanting to travel to you. I'm getting like there's a light has been, you put a like you put a fire up his butt, because he's definitely in that place where he feels like he needs to make a move now or never. Like, he needs to make a move now or it's just never gonna happen. So there's a sense of urgency of coming towards you. Show me more. The Page of Pentacles, the Four Cups, the Devil. I feel like he feels that he doesn't have much to offer you. So with the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Cups, yeah, this is the thing. It's like he's at a place where he may not have much to offer with this Page of Pentacles. And right now, because of that, because I feel like he wants to extend an olive branch, but at the same time, he's afraid that you're going to reject it. Because I have the Four of Cups with the Devil. So he feels like you could still be very angry with him where you're going to reject it and maybe even hurt his feelings. Then I have the Eight of Swords with the Queen of Cups. I feel like he's wondering what you really like. He's wondering what you think of him since you guys have spoken. And I feel like it's fucking with his head, with his mind. He's like trying to figure out like, how does she feel about me? She's very loving and caring, but what does she think of me? Like what, like how, is she still upset? Does she still really feel that way about me? Anything else on this? Yeah, see, girl, he wants clarity. He wants clarity. I feel like I'll be surprised if he doesn't reach out really soon to try to like have a conversation with you. I do feel like the only thing that's holding him back from doing it is that he's afraid that you're gonna reject. And this is the thing, he's afraid that not necessarily that you're gonna reject him, just reject him, but that you're gonna do it in a very harsh way. He's trying to follow his like inner voice to see what to do here. So that's what I'm getting from him. Like I feel like you're going to hear from him. I just feel like the only thing that could be holding him back is that fear of like you rejecting him harshly. All right, and you wanted orange messages from him. Right, let me make sure it was from him. Okay, yeah, orange messages from him. Where are... Oh, they're right here. They're right next to me. What does Braulio want to say to... I was going to say to Jess. Oh, my God. What does Braulio want to say to Sarah? I'm up at night worrying about us and our whole future. Very strong passion for you. We did have the Ace of Wands there. I'm trying to figure out what to say to you. We bet. You are the most beautiful person I've ever seen. I have been hurt many times before. That's that rejection that's coming in. I am very traditional, the Hierophant. I drive by to see if you're home. I feel like I know he's physically like at a distance, but I feel like if he were around there, like if you guys lived in the same, like at a close distance where he could just drive by and talk to you in person, that's what I feel like he would do. But then again, remember I said I feel like he wants to travel towards you. So I wouldn't even be surprised if he tries to like, if what's on his mind right now is having a face-to-face with you. I am holding on to the memories of us. I'm so proud of what you have achieved. I want to hear your voice. He misses you. Tell me how you really feel. Oh my God, remember how I said he's like, damn, I wonder how she's really feeling now about me? Like, does she really feel that way? I've been rereading all of our old messages lately, and you are very intimidating to me. And at the bottom, please give me, hold on, fuck, I can't even, please give me some time. So that is for you, Sarah, my love. Thank you so much. All right, Jess, I'm gonna use the bathroom again. Sorry, I'm just drinking a lot of water. All right, let's see. How will me and Jay? Sarah said, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, let me know. I'm gonna probably be on till like 3:15. I need to look at the times of these fights. If I do come back on, y'all, it's probably gonna be like, I want to say like 6:37, but not. I don't think I'm doing a real late night live. All right, let's see. How will me and Jay's next date hangout go? How will Justice and Jay's next date hangout go? Yeah, I'm not gonna be on late. If I do, it'll be like a little later. I mean, a little earlier. But if I do, because I want to work on something. I want to go over just. The Eight of Cups. I feel like definitely letting go. Like, you guys are definitely gonna address things and kind of just move on from them. You can ask Sarah again. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, I'm getting like maybe address things and but be able to let them go, or I'm getting moving. It's gonna be a thing where you guys are just choosing to move forward together. Move forward from the past, let the past go. Maybe not. I feel like maybe the addressing it will happen on the phone. Maybe it won't, to be honest. Maybe it'll be a thing. I feel like he is gonna talk. You guys are gonna talk about it, but it may not be like a deep conversation about how things went on, right? To me, it feels like we're gonna just address things and then, all right, things didn't work out, but here we are. I would like to work things, see where this goes again. The Ace of Wands, the Devil in the reverse. So this is good because, again, I'm getting more so like how it will go. It's going to be a lot of fun is what I'm getting. I do feel like we're letting go of like, I want to say like fears, like anxieties, like, when you haven't seen someone in a minute and now you're seeing them after so long, you're just like maybe nervous, a little bit like tense, but you let go of that. Like so it starts to feel more free. As like I want to say the night spirit was saying as the night goes on. So this could be you guys hanging out like in the evening. So as the evening goes on, you guys just feel lighter. You don't feel as tense as like I want to say like worried. Why is the Four of Cups here? You know what I'm getting? Yeah, the Five of Wands. You know what I was gonna say? I feel like you both are gonna be very nervous for some reason. I feel like you both are gonna be very nervous for some reason, like in your heads. On the outside, you're gonna act pretty normal, but in your heads, it's gonna be a lot of like, all right, is he like, how is he feeling? Like the thing of like wanting to know how he's feeling, right? And then he's gonna be thinking the same thing. Like he's gonna be worried, like in the sense of worriness of like, are you okay? Like how are you feeling? Are you, you know, really open to this connection? So I feel like you both gonna have, I want to say a little bit of the same insecurities going on the first time, the first hangout. Um, the King of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups. I will say, well, he's paying for everything. Um, hello, N 1989. Please read my pin message. And make sure when you guys come in, you like the stream. There's no free reading, so you're more than welcome to pay for a reading. With the King of Pentacles being here, he's definitely going to be, yeah, he's gonna pay for everything. He's gonna be showing up. He's showing up. He's trying to show up as, remember how I always say like the new version of him is like someone that um that wants to show you that he's reliable, that he's a provider, um that he's stable. He's gonna be showing you that, and not in a representative way, but this is who's gonna show up for you. And definitely with the Knight of Cups romance, I feel like he could be buying you flowers or something, or like a small gift or gesture, but like treating you with a lot of love and respect, even though he may be a little bit scared. The Ten of Swords, show me more. With the Knight of Swords, yeah, you're gonna move on from like whatever happened in the past. So I'm getting closing cycles, things kind of moving pretty fast. I feel like the date itself could be a little tense at first, just like there could be a lot of nervousness. You're showing up as the Queen of Wands, so he's gonna be very attractive, which I'm not surprised. But I feel like initially it could be a little bit like, I don't want to say awkward, but it may feel like that. But then again, as time moves on, as the clock starts ticking, you guys feel comfortable again. And I feel like leaving the date is going to be a thing of like, okay, we're going to do this again. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm getting. Yeah, he's like nervous. I get like a lot of nervous energy, especially from him. It's been a while. It makes, yeah, it's like, yeah. Especially, I feel like I feel so. This is why I said like I could go either way, not either way like in a bad thing, right? Because I feel like if you guys kind of like address things beforehand, it's gonna make the date go even smoother. If you don't, then the date is still gonna go smooth, but it may start off a little bit like awkward. Especially like, let's just say he now like he's wants to talk in face to face, like he wants to address things face to face, like, that's a little bit more nerve-wracking than when you're doing it over the phone or over text. All right, and then how will your parents, but either way it's gonna go smooth. How will my parents feel about me and Jay reconnecting? All right, how will they feel? How will Jay and her and Jay? The Strength card, the Six of Swords. How are they gonna feel? The Fool, the Seven of Cups, the Emperor, the Three of Swords, the Empress. So they're literally showing up here, the parents. um I feel like they're at a place where when it comes to you and your decision making, and this is gonna be with everything, and this includes him, you and him reconnecting, I feel like they're just kind of keeping their feelings and thoughts to themselves. Um, I feel like they're, yeah, because I'm getting like keeping the peace, so they may not really vocalize like how they like they're, and it's, you know what, it's not even like they don't want you to. It's more so like they don't. Your mom is more afraid of heartbreak for you, and then your father figure, your father, I'm gonna call him your father. I don't know why I'm calling him your father figure, but I'll respect whatever you want me to say, but I'm just gonna call him your father. But he he's more like, the Seven of Cups for me is like someone like thinking, like not strategizing, but could be, right? Some of the decks of Seven of Cups is literally strategizing. I feel like with him it's gonna be more so like he may have a lot of thoughts that come to mind, um that come to his mind at once, but ultimately I feel like they're kind of like respecting your decisions. They're wanting to see you happy. They're gonna see, this is the thing, they're gonna see, you show up as very confident to them and very calm. So I feel like initially they'll have their reservations, but they're not going to speak on them because I feel like they're trying to be respectful to the decisions you're making in your life in general. But I feel like they're going to definitely loosen up as time goes on, because the Six of Swords is here. So like they'll be able, this is the thing, you said you haven't spoken to them since the situation. So yeah. Okay. So all right, this is how I could put it for you, because I know this probably sounds like initially they'll be weary. I feel like there is going to be a sense of like guardedness to a certain extent, but still be open to your decisions, right? Still having like their worries about you, maybe having heartbreak, getting hurt again, because our parents know. Even if we don't tell them that we're hurting, they know. Our parents know us, right? Because you change, and even you had said that was a rough summer for you. So it's like, trust me, they knew, they could tell. So, but I feel like as time goes on, and they're seeing that you're happy, they're seeing the consistency, they're seeing the connection grow. They're gonna feel more at ease. They're gonna definitely feel more at ease. Um, he's more. It's funny because he's more like, okay, she's kind of like weighing her options. This is how he's thinking about it, right? Like there could be potential here for growth. There could be a potential that it doesn't grow. We don't know. We'll see what happens. She is gonna lean more towards, oh my God, I don't want her to be heartbroken. Like that's gonna be her, and like the first thing. I always tell people your answer is the first thing that comes to mind, right? When you're, even if you're asking yourself like, um let's just say, I'm using sports, like which team is going to win, whatever team comes to your mind first, that go with your answer, right? That's how I feel. So hers is going to be, the first thought is heartbreak. So but yeah, I feel like as they start to see the connection grow, they'll feel more at ease. They'll be able to let go of like what they know or think they know. Anything else here for Jess? How do they feel? Yeah, you got a lot of the same cards today. You got the Justice with the Ace of Wands. I feel like once they see more going on with you guys, and they're getting more clarity, and they start to see like more balance here, I feel like also too, seeing him take an action towards you is gonna make them feel more at ease. But and I feel like, honestly, Jess, I feel like this is like, it's not a thing with him. I think in general, let's just say you had decided you wanted to manifest somebody else, and they will probably be like this with that person too. Yeah, like I'm confirming that, because I'm like, is I'm telling this, where is what I'm saying accurate? Yeah, yeah. Look, I feel like even if you were to bring somebody else in, they'll still be like mentally like a little bit like, we just, they'll still feel this way. So it's not that they don't like him, because I don't think that that's the case, right? It's just they're thinking more about you than himself. So even if it was somebody else, they'll probably still be like that. Probably be a little worse, to be honest, because that was the five of swords. The five of swords like really like, we don't trust this person. At least we don't get that with Jay. I feel like they trust him to an extent. You're welcome. Thank you. Dusty, you want any messages from him? I got you after Sarah if you want to. If you want messages from him. IJ, do you want messages from Nat and Sarah? I can give you another set of messages for this guy if you're here. Just being parents. Exactly. That's what I call it. Just being parents. My nose feels like somebody punched it. Like, you know when a kid, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, like a kid just like pushed their head back by mistake and like it hits your nose and it's just, that's what it feels like. T-Boy, where the hell you at? T-Boy should not be stalking Miss Possessive. She's your wife. You don't need to stalk her. Yo, it's funny when I said that because look, look at what, I split the deck and look at what's here. And they just look possessive. Nah, don't say that, IJ. I mean, that did come out in the, but I would be like, I'd be saying like, his whole family fucking loves me. I'm the best thing that's ever happened to them. I thought you said a new deck. I'm like, wait, you have decks of cards? All right, so it's for Sarah. All right, so the Sarah's second one is going to be hold on. An hour and 26 minutes. How does he view me? Okay, let's see. Alright, how does he view Sarah? The Page of Cups. Okay, the World and the Moon. I feel like there's uncertainty for him. So, the Lovers, the Page of Cups to me tells me like you're somebody that's emotionally like open, emotionally aware. You're also very loving, very kind. You know, like when a kid is very loving and like they'll just hug you out of nowhere, like they're just like kind of nurturing them like themselves. I remember like when my nephew was like 3, I want to say. I'm gonna tell you when this was actually. No, he was probably like 6 or 7. Probably like 6. 6 or 7, I want to say. That he overheard me like crying, right? And he came to me and he was like, but what's wrong? He's like, is your stomach hurting? Like, do you have to poop? And I just started laughing because I was like, so upset, right? And because he said that, I was laughing. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I was like, I already poop. I lied to him. I was like, I already poop, but my stomach still hurts. And then he was like, oh, well, maybe you just need to try to poop again. But he was like very loving and nurturing, right? And he's like, do you want me to get you a ginger ale? And like, so I feel like you give off like that innocence of like loving and caring, but with the World card, you're also very confident and very I feel like how he views you too, not just as a person, but like you do bring a sense of fulfillment into his life, right? With the Moon though, I feel like he feels like there's layers of you that he doesn't know of. Like, so he's like, I've known this, but I feel like there's much more to her. So like you also have like a mystery to you. He feels like there is definitely more depth to you that he hasn't experienced, and obviously he knows it's because of him. um he does feel like you are possibly a soulmate for him, and he's viewing you as like, again, someone that's very aligned, very much balanced, very much grounded, someone who is, I feel like he also likes your decision making. So it's like, even though he, like, even with your past, I'm using your past conversation as just a yeah, you haven't, that's why I'm saying, I'm like, people don't know, like, I haven't brought out that other side in years, but there's a very drastic side. So, and I feel like with the lovers, like, the decision making here, to me, like, even like, I'm gonna use your last conversation with him, is like he respected it because you were clear. Like, it's not like you just be like, you know how some people, some women can, and I'm using women because I hear this a lot, they'll just start a fight for no reason. Like, he was like, nah, she's not like that. She had a right to feel that way, and you're not a nitpicker. And he feels, again, like you're his perfect match. Show me more. The Ten of Wands. He could feel like he could be viewing you as someone who has been through a lot, or like carries a lot of burdens, carries a lot of responsibilities. Too much on, to me, it's like too many responsibilities at once, but that you handle it well is what I get. Show me the Ten of Wands. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you see, like, I feel like he's viewing you as someone who's overcome a lot. Like, no matter what's thrown your way, like, you just get it done and you just move on, and you accomplish things. You don't stay down for long. How are you viewing her? The Six of Cups. Again, this is another card of nurturing, very loving, very kind. You're also a part, like, this for me feels like home. So you give him like that home energy, like that, but a happy home, right? Because not everybody likes to go to their home. This is a happy home to me, like the one that you enjoy going to, that it's warm, it's cozy, and it feels good. That's how he's viewing you too. Anything else? Girl, in your element. So he definitely sees you as very grounded. I feel like he definitely sees you as very grounded. I feel like he also sees that you're not a person that really, like, rushes things. You take your time. You want to learn. You want to grow. Like, you're still in that place of, like, some people get like really cocky and like, I don't need to learn anything. I know everything that I need to know. Well, you're not like that. You show up as not being that way. Again, very welcoming, which I was getting that with the home energy. Very loving, kind, grounded, but also reliable. And the Queen of Wands for me is wifey. So he definitely has you in that category. Not that there's anybody else there, but that's where he puts you. Like, if they were to put like categories in front of him, you would be in the wifey. All right, let's see. How would he feel? I'll be getting these little cramps on my toes, and I don't know where they come from. And I'm like, I don't even know how to, like, feel like I've been needing like Bengay and shit. I might as well just like admit it. Say nah. All right. How would he react if I reached out this weekend? Let's see. Oh, Sarah, don't have regrets of how you handled it. You know what? Sometimes people need to know. Sometimes people need to fucking know about themselves. And you know what? The other day, I literally was gonna curse somebody out, right? Because I was writing about, like, y'all heard about Charlie Kirk or whatever. I put my opinion. And no, I don't. God forbid, like, I would never laugh at no one dying. But it's like, you know what? Like, people have to really be mindful of the shit they say. And you can't expect people to agree and we were like talking about, I had made a post about like racism and stuff like that. It was just generalized. And one of my friends, well, old friends, she writes and she's like, she's writing this stuff, and I literally was not trying to be that person, but I was like, girl, you are not a woman of color, so you will never understand what it's like to, you will never get it because you've never faced racism. And like, you will never get it. You, of course, you don't see certain things the way that I would, or somebody else of color. Like, you wouldn't understand that because you've never had to experience that. Like, I'm Puerto Rican. I've been called Mexican before. Am I, was I offended? I mean, not offended like if you called me a bitch, but it's like I'm not fucking Mexican either. I'm Puerto Rican. So for you to assume that I was Mexican because I was Latina, that's insane, you know? And I'm telling her, like, and I was like, you know what? Like, I blocked her because I really, like, after that, I was like, you can't debate. My thing is stop trying to debate how people feel about certain things. If someone felt offended by something that someone said, they're allowed to feel that way. Only they know why they feel that way, right? And but I was gonna go in on her, like, because she's somebody who, one of the reasons why I stopped talking to her is because her late husband, she told me herself that he was like self-proclaimed a racist, right? And so I stopped going over there because I'm like, I'm not gonna be around. And my dad used to do their guard work and stuff like that, and I was like, no, you're not gonna go over there. Like, no, because to me that's being a hypocrite, because you say this stuff when in your home, but then in our faces you're not acting that way. So no, fuck that. So yeah, and then I was like, you know what, I was gonna go in on her, but then I was like, you know what, let me just, I blocked her, and I was like, I still was gonna hit her up on her phone, and I was like, you know what, no, because I'm gonna be honest, y'all, what I was gonna say to her was not gonna be nice. And I just gave it some time, and I was, if I feel like I want to say something after a few days, I will. But I didn't. I said what I said. I kept it like that. I said, you will never understand because you're not a woman of color. So, um, and I left it alone. But I really wanted to get nasty, y'all. Like, I'm like, people don't understand. Like, I am not who I was a few years ago. All right, so let's see. How would he feel? Like, it is crazy on social media, and I'm, to me too, I'm like, I've seen stuff, if I don't like someone's values or like how they're coming off in their posts, and it doesn't have to be about political views or like any, it could be just anything. If you are on there like bashing women, I'm removing you. If you are on there bashing men, I'm doing the same thing. If you're on there constantly being negative, I'm removing you from my friends list too. I don't want to see certain shit. But I never go on people's like comments and be posting my opinion. I don't care to change anyone's mind. But yeah, I was like, they're lucky. So I'm saying that to say, Sarah, don't feel bad. It's okay. Sometimes people need it. Let's see, how will he feel? How would he react? How would he react? How would he react? Like, that's a shame. That was crazy what happened. Like, for me to see that video, I was just like, wow. Because, you know, on Twitter, you see everything. I would never, like, that's insane. I would never wish that on no one. But, you know, you can't be upset at people that felt like some of the stuff that he said were offensive. How would he react? The Ten of Wands with the Page of Wands. I feel like you kind of lift the burden of him making the first move. He will definitely be receptive. He will be open. He's just not going to show emotion, even though he feels happy. Yeah, he's going to hold his emotions in. He's going to feel really happy. So internally, emotionally, he's going to feel really good. But he's not going to show it. He may show a bit of like, I feel like the word today is nonchalant. But that's what I'm getting. Like, feeling nonchalant. You have the King of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant. So I do feel like he's going to be more in his logical energy, not really trying to show emotions, but also with the Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant, I'm getting like feeling hopeful that about the connection. How he'll react, I feel like he's gonna definitely like respond. He's gonna speak to you, but he'll definitely be more. You may feel him a little cold. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to hold his feelings in. A little guarded. I will say a little guarded, but with his sword down, because this king has his sword down. You know, in a lot of the cards he has his sword up. So a little guarded, but sword down for sure. And I feel like I feel like he's been thinking about you a lot. You know, it's gonna feel like, oh shit. Like I feel like if you decide to reach out, I feel like in that moment he could be thinking about you. So it's gonna feel like, yo, I literally was just thinking about her right now, and she reached out. The Hierophant is letting me know that he's gonna you guys will talk, and he's gonna feel like there's a chance here. Yeah, there's a chance to move forward and let go of the past, or this could bring a chance for you guys to decide, like, are we gonna move forward, and what is that gonna be, or are we just gonna move forward separately? Yeah, with the Knight of Wands is about like the forward movement. So you guys will most likely, you're not, I'm gonna say this, the next conversation, not necessarily when you text him, but like the next conversation that you guys have, it could be the next time you text him. You guys will decide if, yeah, if you're moving forward together or separately, or this could actually be you deciding that, you know what, I'm gonna close this chapter, I'm gonna go towards something new, and just kind of just keep exploring is what I'm getting. So that is for you, Sarah. I'm gonna give you purple messages from him, because I gave you orange, and I'll do, I mean, you sent for orange, and I wanted to give you guys messages, and I know you sometimes request the purple ones. What does B want to say to Sarah? Just and IJ, you guys decide which ones you want. I tried to hide my trust. I tried to hide my truest emotions by focusing on temporary escapism. So that feels like that, like the King of Cups with that King of Swords. You got your second cup of coffee, Jess? Just because I'm quiet, it doesn't mean I don't think about you every single day. I want to be happy and content with you. You're the only image in my mind. Missing you insane. Let me spend my money on you. Okay, you got a few. You are my soulmate. You probably think I'm super trash. I want to love you for life. You're so beautiful. And Birthday Sucks by Jeremiah. Oh my God, and it's your birthday weekend. That is hilarious. All right, so thank you, Sarah. That was for you. And thank you so much. IJ said happy B-Day. I don't know if you're going to see the comments, so I'm seeing it. All right, for Just. What does Jay want to say? Okay, I came right out. I thought running from my feelings would protect me. All I want is you. I'm very scared to make the first move. I drive by to see if you're home. They don't understand the bond that we have. I leave clues to tell you how I feel. I'm looking for a sign from you. Yo, you know what I'm getting? I feel like you're gonna see that freaking dino on his story. I definitely feel the same exact way. Marry me. You always make me want to be a better person. I am holding on to the memories of us. And please don't give up on me. So that is for you, Jess. Yeah, he might post it on his story. Kind of like in a not so obvious way. It's gonna be like in the background. Alright, let's see for IJ. What does Matt have to say? You're welcome, Sarah. Thank you. Damn, why the hell is this deck so stiff? I guess because I don't use it often. What does Nat want to say to IJ? Oh my god, hold on. It's making my hands hurt while I shuffle. Let me do it. Let me split it. What does Nat want to say to IJ? Jess, you could close the list. I meant to tell you that. What does Nat want to say? You're welcome. Yeah, the black OG. It's funny because at first I grabbed it in my hand, but I feel like Spirit said no, so I just put it back. How Do I Breathe by Mario. I love Mario. You're worth way more than I let on. You're worth way more to me than I let on. You helped me heal in ways no one else could. What does that one say? Okay. I cry at night thinking of you. I'm afraid that I lost you forever. I never experienced this intense connection before. I'm struggling with some addictions at this time. This for me feels like, honestly, this feels like past energy, like where she was indulging in like unnecessary bullshit connections when there was one right in front of her. I long for your kisses. I have never loved anyone the way that I love you. So yeah, I'm getting like a mix of like old and new energy. I replay all of our conversations over and over. Oh my god, didn't I get this with her? Whenever you would ask me like how did she feel about the conversations you've had, I always get this feeling like she will recite the conversations over and over and over and over and over again. You make my heart beat super fast. I can't be away from you any longer. And then I choose you over and over in every lifetime. So that's what I have for you, IJ. And thank you guys. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm about to head out. I'm about to figure out what me and my mom are gonna eat because my sister, my dad, and my nephew went out to eat. We didn't want to go. And yeah, I want to like do my hair for whatever reason. But I'll talk to you guys. Have a good one. Bye.